They're walking around with your family a little bit too much. What's that? But again, no problem. And I really commend you again for that, because this is really better than it's ever been. So that's good. Now, I didn't let the Animal Planet folks come today. They're not here, are they? Yeah. Now, they're having a real problem with this show Animal Planet's doing, because they really would need to find something bad. But now remember, this Animal Planet show is going to show all over the world. It's going to show in Louisiana. I want to remind you, and you tell everybody, because they slipped off a time or two and want to talk to inmates about drugs or gangs or homosex and that kind of stuff. Now, don't fall for that. And here's why. Because we don't really have that to any great degree. It's like fish. We can't catch it all. And never is a society going to be perfect. There's always a few that's going to be messed up. And they're going to hunt for the few. And that, if they can do that, then they think they can sell the program better. And so therefore they'll show that. And it makes my job harder, because this next year we go back to the legislature with the ACLU. And really the trend is turning to where that we want the long-termers to have the hearing. And we got a little bit of it last time. But if the public starts thinking you wild and woolly and crazy and mean and you're going to hurt them again, you make our job harder, because I told you before I left this job, I want to see that inmates had a hearing, just like Charles Manson. And they see that y'all like they used to think. Now that you have yourselves to thank for that, because they think that you change your culture. They think that in many cases, obviously, it's safer here than in New Orleans. The point I'm saying is, don't let Animal Planet blow it up for us. You know, show the deal, show the truth. We can't watch them everywhere they go, but don't go stick yourself in the foot because you're going to have a moment of glory. And remember, I'm going to see you on TV. I won't let us with something over your head, you know, so just be cautious and don't fall for it. That's like doing interviews here on the cell phone. Somebody said, why are you letting cell phones in? I said, well, the good people I can keep out, the bad people I can't, but I'm going to have to trust these inmates are going to know better than doing interviews. About the first rodeo. First rodeo, we think, happened to us for 3 or 4 reasons. One is we didn't get the trailers out like we should have, and we didn't paint the trailers down the whole side, just one end of them, so we missed a lot of good advertisement, because the trailers are billboards. If we don't get our billboards up, we don't get here to get it on television in Southwest Louisiana and in Shreveport and Alexandria and in East Texas. We think that hurt us some. And so we got to do better there. Now, on the editorial, we had that one editorial, and this is why we got to do the hobbycraft right. I'm going to get to that in a minute. We had the one editorial that said, don't go to the rodeo. Inmates should not be doing what they're doing. They shouldn't be doing arts and crafts and so forth. That could have had a small impact. We also had, and I want you to remember this, 2 years ago, and that's why we raised the tickets to $15. We had to have the other $5 to do the reentry program, and we still got to do the parking lot. Nobody worried about the parking lot because it had to get a hobbycraft out of here because it was mud everywhere. But what you had is that Senator Quinn from New Orleans, brought me to Baton Rouge, and I was Secretary of Law, and wanted to take your money to give to the victims from the hobbycraft. Well, we said, no, we can't do that because we're using the money for reentry to prevent future victims. Why should we pay the old victims and keep having victims? Why don't we prevent future victims? Now, I'm a person who believes if I explain this to you all, you can understand it. I can't understand it for you, but I believe if you treat you like men, which you are, and rehabilitated, which you are, you can understand what we're up against. So therefore, we back them off. But for me to keep our word, we got to get out there with these reentry programs, which we're doing. And we still have to get the concrete out there for everybody's benefit. And the concrete's getting too damn expensive. And so that's $50,000, that last little bit we poured, which we must have been making it 6 inches instead of 4, whichever one of y'all poured the concrete. Because it didn't go far enough. So that's what we're trying to do. And I don't think that we thought a little bit that might have hurt the ticket sales. Now we know that your families buy tickets to come in. So what we're going to propose is this. We got those corner two sections on each end. One end the inmates are in, the other end those empty. They're not good sections and you can't see. So what we might ought to do is, and we're thinking about, and I haven't told anybody yet about it, but I talked to Stephanie, what we should do is we should price those corner seats at $7.50. Then if you have a family that's coming and buying tickets, and they just coming to the rodeo, that would let them buy the $7.50 tickets in the corners where nobody can see anyway, and in that way they coming to see y'all, because I know Seymour wants 4 tickets for his wife and family. He don't care where they sit, because they ain't never going to the rodeo. Seymour, you here? There he is. You know what you told us? Think about a $7.50 ticket. Can't see anyway. We get letters on them. We got called Sunday because somebody couldn't see. We're going to let them come back the last Sunday and have 3 free tickets. We got to keep goodwill everywhere. So that would be a good thing for y'all. Y'all, it's $75. That's $25 more. Next thing is keep on being good, being cool, everybody. I want to talk about your artists. Now listen, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. Yeah, remember that. Now I want y'all to cut their picture prices to no more than $500. I'm going to tell you what, you start getting big prices, they're going to say you're in business, and I'm going to start getting the blues over it, because then they're going to come back on us again that you ain't supposed to be in business. Now I looked at Marlowe Parker. He sold one for $1,500, he's a pure hog, but then he made up for it. He made up for it because he sold one at $50, he sold something for $1. I don't know what that was, that's probably to your mama. Because you ain't an art gallery, you're an Angola gallery, and you need to get the prices back right. This also hurts us at the first rodeo, because the people think if you come to the first rodeo, you can't make a good deal. Ain't no deal at the first rodeo. So they start holding back for those last ones to get good deals. And y'all are holding back too, and I can't tell you how to do your business, it's your business. And I tell people what we're doing with this rodeo to justify it is, we're teaching all these inmates that come, all of y'all, to be entrepreneurs. We're teaching you if you get out of prison, that you'll know how to buy a product, build a product, and market a product, and be able to make a living, and you won't have to steal. So the rodeo is a rehabilitative tool for arts and crafts. Now then, I want to tell you what you did this last week. Okay. Somebody probably knows. You did go up and sell $217,000 in arts and crafts. You're back in the chips. You did good. This rodeo this last Sunday brought in $501,000. $500,000 stayed here on Angola. Everybody else left it here. We did good. Okay, the ticket sales hit $150,000. So the ticket sales are under the hobby craft sale, and that was sold out at the $15 ticket. The reentry programs for what we're paying here in Angola run about $56,000 to $60,000. Isn't that right, Warden Peabody? Or Gail? That's about what it runs. What we're doing here. So that's good. And here's what else you did. The programs brought in $3,500. The rodeo posters brought in $350. I want to change the price on the posters to $5 if we can. I'd give them away, because if anybody will put a poster up anywhere in their house, they advertise them for us. Why should we charge them? But we can't give them away. But I want to. So I like to lower the price. Okay. Down to where we don't make a penny on it. $3,500, yeah. And we had a hobby craft ticket. 507 came in for $2,500, and Laws made $3,300. The inmate clubs brought in $67,720. Now we took the liberty to check off some things we wanted you to bring up there and check out how it's good or not. I'm going to tell you, the barbecue sandwich was to die for. The chicken tenders were unbelievable. The taco salad, unbelievable. The food we had up there was really good. The steak sandwich was really good. And let's see, I must have gained 10 pounds. No one had the taco. The grilled chicken was really good and healthy. And so that was good. Everything was really good. Let's see, we had employee recreation brought in $38,000. The museum brought in $16,000. Looking Ladder, $1,800. The carousel, $488. Okay. And what I would like to do is, I would like to give anybody that's got little kids, we'll give y'all a carousel ticket if we can figure out how to do it. So you can send your little brother or sister or nephew or niece over and have a free ride on the carousel. So we'll try to figure out how to do that. Warren and Martin here thought that would be a good idea. They don't Warren and Ben. So they want to do something for y'all and for y'all's children. So that's good. Thank you, Warren and Martin here for so the tickets didn't hurt us. We're doing really good. Now then, I want to read you a letter. This is what really helps you, because we're talking about prominent people. The fellow who manages Johnny and Friends is the former CEO of Toyota, a Brazilian there, a big businessman all over America. I want to read you this letter. This is from Johnny and Friends. Dear Angola inmates, recently Bruce Dodd attended our Wheels for the World Wardens Conference here at the Johnny and Friends International Disability Center. He brought greetings from all of you men, but I was so amazed when during the conference he presented a gift of $5,210 from the inmates at Louisiana State Penitentiary. Thank you Thank you so much for your wonderful gift towards Wheels for the World. It thrills me to know that this gift will help cover the shipment of wheelchairs from your prison to Cuba, where together we will give the love of Christ to disabled people. I can't tell you this, but I don't have to tell you this, but just think of the children and adults with the disabilities who will receive your wheelchairs. I have served on a wheelchair outreach for their children on their backs. These kids are so happy to have a wheelchair, and adults too. Plus they have the chance to hear about Jesus and pray to receive Him as their Savior. It's what Wheels for the World is all about, and you men at Louisiana State Penitentiary are a big part of helping make it happen. Now, he presented her this $5,200 from you all at a fundraiser. They had a lot of wealthy people there. When they saw that prisoners in a prison raised $5,200, the money poured in. They all had to match it and give as well. This is a very noble thing to do. We will see that this letter gets to the governor and the powers that be, which reflects the culture of you guys here in Angola. Y'all gave this from your club. You're the big community. Okay, I just want to say thank you. I have nothing to complain about. I have nothing to bitch and moan about. I have only things to say is good. Well, thank y'all so very much. We're going to make the hula hoops a little bit larger. Now listen, if you ain't brave, don't go out. That is good because the inmates aren't brave yet. And chip off the bull. Anyway, that works. So thanks for getting it, and we appreciate someone getting hurt. You're putting on a show. I don't want to see you get hurt. We gave you the chest protection, which has really helped a lot of people, and also the mask on the head. We have reduced your catastrophic injury. We still get broken things, but not anything going to kill you. Anyway, I told you all about the bull. If you run quick, if you run before he's there, he's more apt to catch you. Wait. And listen, I want to tell y'all that Warren Delaney and Warren Stagg volunteered to do it and show us how to do it, but I had to tell them I couldn't run. Now, if Warren Dodd volunteered, I'll let him do it. Anyway, y'all, whoever goes in that ring, be brave and put on a good show for the folks. Here's the thing. What happens is the bull comes out and he runs over one, but the two standing on either side of him all just take off and run like deer. You don't all have to run at once. You can't run over one at a time. So when he comes and he goes run over somebody else, hold on. Don't just take off. If you're going to take off, don't go out there. Put on a good show. Now the first one, the first week, run away. Wasn't even worth having. And that last week, the first group out, some run away. The last group, brave men. They're most of them in the hospital, but they put on a good show. Sold out the tickets. Got hit for the second place. we're going to give him one half of the amount. He gets $125. So we decided we would do that for the second place because they put on a really good show. That's right. All right. Everything is cool. Everybody happy? Sales are good? We got time for a question or two. You got a question?